August 24th, 2012. Action Figure Appreciation Day. A day when people who enjoy toys, who collect toys, can come together and appreciate their hobby. Something I am all too happy to participate in. 28 years old. This video is being filmed on the 21st. It won't go out until after the 24th because the review I'm going to show you I will be attempting to perform live. But I've got this as a backup. 28 years old. Soon to be 29. Collect toys. Predominantly Transformers. I am not the youngest toy collector in the world. I am not the oldest toy collector in the world. And I am not embarrassed to admit that I buy and play with toys. It's my thing. It's what I do. It also helps with being a father. You know, my young son, he likes wrestling. He plays with wrestling figures. It's like I used to as a kid. It's something I can sit down and play with him. His wrestling figures, he's got his Undertakers, his Kanes, his Triple H's, his John Cena's, and so on and so forth. And, you know, it's something I can enjoy with him. Sometimes he'll play Transformers, but that's only if I've got them there. He doesn't have his own Transformers. I'm still working on that. And on YouTube, does my cigarette go out? Now, like I say, I collect primarily Transformers, but I also have some Lego Batman, DC, I've got Superman as well, Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor and that. The character building Doctor Who sets, I collect them. Now I will admit, the stuff I buy is mainly for my videos. My Transformers, the soap, Doctor Who, the Magnus years and so on. If I have an idea for something, I'll go out and get it. But on their own, they're still good toys. I've got the TARDIS, I've got the Cyberman conversion chamber, the Dalek factory. It's still good to play around with. It's like Transformers are. Which is, like I said, the bulk of my collection. There's something about collecting Transformers. When I was at Auto Assembly, a lot of people, few people I know, bought Transformers that will remain in box. I get that. Some are ridiculously valuable. Megabyte Unleashed's Japanese Beast Wars Ravage, for example, or George Exaggerated Elegy, his Sandstorm, and the other guy, the Silverbolt repaint dude, valuable. Now the other guy, Ray, I Love Mess, who was reluctant to take his toys out before he got home. Now I didn't do any of that. Any toys I bought packaged came out of the packages. In the hotel room, in the bar, at the convention. I did not wait till I got home, nor did I intend to. Because there's just something about collecting Transformers. It's more than just a mere action figure. I'll find an example quickly. Here we are. This is a Cyberman. I think it's actually supposed to be, it's a Cyber Leader with the translucent casing with the brain and stuff. Now something like this, I'd still take it out and I'd still play with it had I bought this packaged. However, it even says Cyberman on his ass as if we didn't already know. These types of things I could quite happily leave in packaging because there's nothing more to it than the head move, the arms, the legs. Okay. However, with a transformer, they have two modes. Let's take, for example, Cybertron Primus, one of the crown jewels of my collection. He's not the one I'll be reviewing today. Now, this guy isn't just Planet Cybertron, he is a big robot as well. And you know, you got a guy like Primus and is in his box, and you look on the back of the box and it shows you both of his modes. You don't want to take the box's word for it. Transforms into a big robot. No one's going to say, oh yeah, I get it now. Bang on the shelf. Not how I do it. I want to take it out. I want to play with it. I want to transform it to a big robot. And back again. And back to a big robot. And so on and so forth. Lather, rinse, repeat. That is what a transformer is to me. To me, it's not befitting to leave it in its box unless it has extreme value. To leave it in its box and just go by what the packaging says. This guy becomes a car, this guy becomes a gorilla, this guy becomes a fire truck, and so on. Like that, I want to do it myself. And that is where it comes into, because it is, as Michael Bay said, and this is one of the things I will agree with him on, it's a puzzle. It is something to mess around with and something to figure out. Now, like I said, Primus isn't the transformer I'll be reviewing. I will set him to the side. He was just an example, he was the nearest one to me. Except for the one I'm going to review, which is Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. I've had this quite a while now, and I've never attempted to record a review because of his complexity. He is my favourite Transformer of the ones I own. Now, I like big Transformers. This guy is rather big. He is bigger than the 07 Leaders. One of those before Hasbro started scaling down in the Dark of the Moon line. And when I say I like big Transformers, I don't really discriminate. I like the smaller ones. I don't really go for Legends much. I like Minicons because they're their own characters. But, you know, guys like the Legends class, Optimus Prime and stuff, I don't usually go for unless they're ludicrously cheap because Woolworths is closing down. I like the Scouts. I do have a fondness for Scouts. They're just, you know, some of them are really good. I like the Deluxes, I like Voyagers, I like Leader Class, I like Supreme Class, I've got Primus there, I've got the Darth Vader Death Star, I've got Unicron. But yeah, I have a bigger Transformer. It's going short by any means of the imagination. I've got the Ultimate Optimus Prime, I've got bigger Transformers. Hell, construction-wise, and, you know, playability-wise, I may have better Transformers. But this guy is my favourite. The sheer complexity of this toy is off the charts. But it's fun. I like a challenge. You know, I've got a jump starter from G1. And, you know, piece of cake. I mean, how isn't it? But then you've also got this, that is extremely complex, and probably the most complex Transformer I've ever played with. Now, this is the second one because my friend couldn't hack it, and he broke it. It's these side panels here. He snapped one of them off. Because this, it takes concentration, but it also takes kid gloves as well. Can't go nuts with this guy. There's no wrist board here. I'm doing this from a different angle. So yeah, but you know, if you line his back wheels up, he does go brum brum very well. Apparently he goes better with the Ultimate Optimus trailer than the Ultimate Optimus Prime, but I'm not going to go there. I might try that for the live one. This goes out after, so I might have tried that for the live one. He's got sounds, he's got a trailer noise, the brum brum noise, and his windows light up. Other than that, he is just is a nice Peterbilt truck. You know, different to the 07. This is a vast improvement on the 07. He's got a full back thing there, as opposed to the two little grey things where his hands came out. Because his arms aren't there anymore. Completely different beast altogether, this is. Underneath, slight evidence of transformerness, the legs. But that's it. So, I'm going to take a swig of my coffee. I don't care what anyone says, I'll drink on camera. Now, it's because of the complexity of this guy that I haven't really felt comfortable reviewing it. However, I will be doing this for this video, and I will be doing it again live. So this is a good practice for me, even though this goes out after. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is take these bits out around there. I've jumped the gun a bit. You just gotta, forcing it up might be a good idea a little bit, and then pulling it out. You lift it up. Whoa, you did not want to come out there, did you? Well, there's fracture marks on it. Oh dear. Right, gun mode. Blow steam. Okay, so let's lift that up. These back bits need to be loosened slightly. You can go ahead and pull them up and back. What to do next? Thing with this, you've gotta know where to go. Yeah, just pull the front wheels up, push down on that bit, and that, you know, gives you enough leeway to try that out. And what I do is I pull these bits out slightly. I did on the other side, but I'm not gonna. Just gently loosen those panels. Now they are clipped in under there, so you know they can get in under there just a bit. Like I said, kid gloves, you've got to be careful with this. And then you try and bring it down just a bit to get it so it comes out like that. I'm sweating because it's hot and I really don't want to break this thing. It's tapped into there, that's why. Just bring those up a bit. Yeah, that could have worked. Alternatively, just bring the legs down a touch. That one's out. And then just bring them out. You've got to be really careful with those, they are very dodgy. Okay, so just pull the legs down a bit, and his feet are on ball joints that will pop out if you're not careful, but that isn't critical. Right, next you've got to separate the arms. His blades like to come out a bit. Right, the cab section. You pull out the arm panels and lift the cab section up, and his arms come apart. Fold in, and the same again. Just leave them out of the way for now. Very chatty, this fella, especially when you're transforming him to truck. There you go. As if you've got amnesia, memory like a fish, he will keep telling you he is Optimus Prime. Now, you need to do that, and then push back. You seeing that? So he's like that for his truck. You need to up and back until his trailer hitch tabs in. And he's got another noise. Transforming noise. Split the legs. It might be best if we tidy the legs up now. So, here, we just split the toes. Do it again there. Bring this bit up. And tab him. Like so. These really scary bits that I told you about just fold, and there's port just there and a peg on the underside of that bit. Just fold it and put it in. Okay, his legs are pretty much done. You bring his leg down. And tuck his wheels in like that. Okay, now it's still looking a bit of a mess. Let's bring it up a bit now the lower body's done. Hello again. Right, first of all I'm going to get these things out of the way. Okay, let's see if we can show you. On the back there's a little tab there, and there's the tab where it will tab into, just there. You just bring it round, fold the grey thing. I'm no good with trucks and cars and stuff. I don't know what half the stuff on this is called. And that just sits there. You can bring these up and over. It's just, it's a matter of positioning. And then these things on the back, you just are supposed to peg in. There's like a hole there, and it's supposed to go into these pegs here. But that's easier said than done. I don't force them, I just let them sit there. Okay, the arms. With the arms you need to bring them, Jesus Christ, you need to bring them up like that and snap them in. So you need to bring it up and push it in. Then you see these grey bits there, you need to bring this back so it slots in like that. Basically pushing it back until the red part here, get his window out of the way, this red bit here, where my finger is, there, you need to bring it round, like so. And then fold these bits up, get his blade out of the way for now, those bits up, bring his arms around, bring that bit up like that. Let's have a look. I'm not seeing the front here. Now his blades can be a bit of a pain in the buttocks. Now then, just need to blade. Turn his forearms around and then turn his hands. So it's get in there. Yeah, ideally make sure the forearm panels are above that. And then do it like that. Turn the hand around. That ain't right. Now that does need to be under. Okay, so that's right, yeah. The I neglected to mention, these things do come out. The shoulder pad things. So that gives a bit more leeway so you can tuck these in better. As you can see. I just fold it down a bit, add a bit more support to keep those in place, and you know, on one arm the blades. Okay, so port there, can't really see it in this light, and there's a hole in there which you can see. You're just going to go ahead and tab that in like that. But first, you've got to push these bits in, his chest pieces, which is hard to do from this angle, like that. That's because that's stuck. There we are, that's loosened up. Just going to push it in like that, and then just push them back and they'll sit there nicely. And then just rearrange his, I don't even know what they're called now. I know what they're called, I just can't remember. You know, the shade thing that stops the sun getting in your eyes or whatever. Just fold them any way you please. And that is Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime transformed. Now, you know, you go through all the frustrations and the complexities of the transformation, but it is worth it when he's in that mode, because it just looks so damn nice. Now I'm going to try and stand him up. I'm going to hope my mouse doesn't, oh yeah, and then just fold them up out of the way, like that. And if you want, bring the knee pads out slightly. There he is. I'll try and make sure it isn't full while I tip the webcam a bit. That is Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime in all his glory, and he is very nice. He's very detailed. His the amount of bits that fold out and stuff. You look at his Dark of the Moon versions, or even his 2007 leader mode. The side windows fold out, they come out as their own piece, these bits as well. Pretty much everything moves on this fella. His hands aren't articulated, but that doesn't bother me so much. It's not as if he's got a fully sculpted chest mode, because you can fit your hand in there underneath. Quite clearly see the underneath grill, which is a nice touch considering you don't see that in his vehicle mode. Has lights and sounds. That's how you officially activate his I am Optimus Prime voice, although it is rather involuntary. But he is just so enjoyable, and like I said, I don't transform him very often because of the complexity of it. But I might have even messed this up. I might not be much help doing this, but I just like the look of this fella. Both modes very nice. It's a cut above any other transformer I have in terms of the aesthetic of him, the complexity of his transformation, his articulation. I won't go into in too great a detail. His legs do go like that, bends at the knees. His feet are on ball joints, but his wheels tend to obstruct a little bit. His arms that way, they bend at the elbows. Wrists swivel. His head isn't on a ball joint or anything, but it can turn, although he's obstructed by his window bikini. And he has his energon blade, which you are supposed to. There's a little tab, grey tab on the inside there. You're supposed to just push that up, and they come out. Funnily enough, it doesn't work when you want it to. Thank you. That was a bit anticipatory. But his blades do pop out. He's not flawless by any means of the imagination. Some of the, transforming this guy does terrify me sometimes because of the fact that this is the second one because it's been broken. The other one was broken and irreparable. He's not flawless. His complexity could be an issue for men. I like the complexity of it, but I can understand why others won't. These bits are, that's the most extreme kid glove case. His energon blades are rather involuntary. He does talk a lot when you're trying to transform him. But, aesthetically speaking and, playability wise, it suits my need, it more than suits my need. This is a gorgeous figure. There are very few that look better, I think. Certainly none in my collection, I don't think. I've got Primus, I've got Unicron, I've got Piranacon, and, all those ones, but this, to me, is my favourite. It's just a cut above the rest. I think the biggest flaw with this toy is that I think Hasbro forgot that he is primarily a kid's toy. These Transformers are done for children. I struggle like hell with this. I also have the Hunt for the Decepticons Leader Class Optimus Prime as well. I have not a review, but a comparison on my channel. You can check it out if you want. If not, that's fine. You are forgiven. Few modifications. He doesn't have the mouth plate. He has battle damage. The battle damage you can't really tell in vehicle mode. It's not noticeable. Instead of blades, it's got hooks, but it can fold up and look a bit blade-ish. So yeah, it is a decent mold. And I haven't seen anything like this attempted since, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing, because as much as I like it, I can understand why others wouldn't. I can understand why other people might be put off by the complexity of it, and there's sometimes frailness of these guys. But this is my, for Action Figure Appreciation Day. I reviewed my favourite. And probably the most difficult one I have encountered. Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime, which is that one, with a cameo from Decepticons Leader Class Optimus Prime. I am Dezaras Prime. I have many more toys and many more reviews to bring to you. I have more subscribers now, so, just when I think of slowing down, I have more people to hopefully entertain. And I will get to doing that. You shall see me next time. By that I mean next time I do a review, not the next Action Figure Appreciation Day, because otherwise I'll be gone for ages. Ciao.